You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. A deputy director of the Anti-Drug Crime Department and 4 accomplices have been arrested in drug-related extortion cases involving tens of thousands of dollars. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
A spokesperson for the Phnom Penh Municipal Prosecutor's Office said that 5 people suspended of pursuing victims on the public roads were taken into custody. The prosecutor's office said that the suspects were arrested following a victim's complaint for legal proceedings. The court charged the suspects with unlawful arrest and detention with aggravating circumstances, primarily extortion. A preliminary investigation alleged that the deputy director and his accomplices have been arresting foreigners on the drug charges, then demanding $10,000 for the release of each individual. Following a third incident, Chinese nationals filed a complaint to the Ministry of Interior, who then opened the investigation. A spokesperson for the Phnom Penh Municipal Court stated that based on the results of the initial investigation, the court has requested an investigating judge to handle 7 suspects, 2 of them who are still on the run. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Officials in Siem Reap are receiving training on the right to justice for persons with disabilities within the justice system, with the support of the Ministry of Social Affairs and the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, or OHCHR, this week. Secretary of State Aim Chan Makara made opening remarks at the training course, stressing the need for certain guaranteed freedoms for persons with disabilities that allow them to participate fully in society without discrimination. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Today's training session was attended by OHCHR representative of Cambodia, Roy Ada Al-Haj, and Siem Reap Deputy Governor, Moni Ranzi, in addition to prosecutors and judges from the province who were there to better understand the implement of the UN's vision of equal rights for persons with disabilities. Secretary Aim Chan Makara, who is also the Secretary General of the Disability Action Council, asked those in attendance to work together to ensure the freedom of PWDs by helping them avoid exploitation and violence and providing them with freedom of movement, independence and much-needed services within their communities. He stated the Royal Government of Cambodia protects the rights of freedom of movement of the expression. He noted that PWDs have the rights to real estate ownership, inheritance rights, minimum wage and the right to register for government documents like driver's licenses and the newly released disability ID card. He said that the ministry has put a new law in place to address the issues faced by the deaf women who were tried to report abuse. He explained that in the past, women are often misunderstood or misinterpreted because they themselves did not know sign language, leaving interpreters struggling to do their jobs. He then thanked the OHCHR representative for responding to the ministry's request to provide training for the justice officials in various provinces. He also thanked Siem Reap's Deputy Governor for her contribution to disability rights, especially in the preparation of road signs to assist persons with disabilities. The Cambodian government says that the disability sector is a main priority in its new economic Pentagon strategy, along with women's rights. Through the National Disability Policy and the UN's law on the protection and the promotion of human rights, Cambodian officials have introduced a number of laws, regulations and policies to ensure non-discrimination, equal opportunities and full participation for persons with disabilities in society. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. French President Emmanuel Macron reaffirmed his government's commitment to assisting Cambodia in various fields during a meeting with Cambodian King Norodom Sihamoni in Paris yesterday. President Macron said that Cambodia would continue to receive assistance in the healthcare sector through human resource training, support for animal-to-human disease prevention programs, telesurgery, and the use of artificial intelligence. He also expressed his commitment to preserve and promote Cambodian culture, as seen through the project to restore and expand the National Museum, in addition to restoring a bronze statue of Vishnu to be displayed in France. He also promised to dispatch experts to Cambodia to study and renovate the Napoleon III Pavilion in the Royal Palace. The president also expressed France's support and encouragement for Cambodia to host the Francophonie Summit in 2026. The Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, or OIF, is an international organization representing countries where French is spoken or where French culture has had a notable impact. The convention to create it was signed in 1970 by 21 states and governments, including the King's late father, King Norodom Sihanouk. It is currently comprised of 88 members who meet biannually to discuss topics centered on a particular theme. Next October, it is being held in France, with an invitation extended from the French president to the king yesterday. King Norodom Sihamoni expressed his gratitude for all the assistance provided by the French government towards Cambodia's economic and social development, especially when it comes to preserving the Angkor Wat archaeological site and Cambodia's cultural artifacts in general. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The National Employment Agency collaborated with relevant institutions and agencies to host a two-day job fair at the Koh Pik Convention Center over the weekend, where over 20,000 job opportunities were being presented. From November 10th through 11th, over 150 companies, manufacturing enterprises, public institutions, and training establishments provided opportunities for young people to seek employment and gain insights into the skill requirements of the job market. One of the booths at the job fair focused on pairing employers with people with disabilities. The PAFID, or People's Action for Inclusive Development booth, aims to provide employment accessibility in agriculture and leadership, and to provide them with more health access. International Director David Curtis highlighted some of the services provided at the booth.
If you don't have further education, to get into employment can be challenging. So many challenges. So we're working with some of our people with disabilities from urban and rural especially to try and develop CVs, have job interview skill practice, linking them up with employers.
He noted some of the challenges faced by people with disabilities in Cambodia when it comes to finding employment.
And some of the challenges can be around accessing